Everybody, welcome to Sunday yoga. So I don't know how great we're going to do with Sunday yoga today, but I wanted to give it a shot. So I'm 2.5 weeks out of my second hip surgery, just for fun. You can see still have quite a bit of swelling in my leg, which is to be expected, but doesn't make it any more fun or easy. So I'm able to walk short distances just around my house without a cane or a crutch. Might be a good idea if I did, especially towards the end of the day, because I do limp quite a bit. But for the most part, I'm pretty mobile in my house. Once I step out of the house, I'm back using a crutch or a cane. And that's just so that I keep my back healthy and I'm not spending a ton of time limping. So my body is definitely craving movement at this point. It's been a long 3 months, and I have another probable 6 weeks before I'm really kind of out of the woods as far as growing another hematoma. So I have to be very careful in what I do. So with that, I am craving a little bit of movement. So I just wanted to share just a simple practice. I do have a chair. I'm not going to be sitting in the chair today. I'm going to be utilizing it for some of the movements that I want to get into that my body's just not quite ready for. So I'm going to use the chair occasionally. If you have a chair, feel free to grab one. You can also just use a dining room chair. I love just having these little metal folding chairs in my studio. I use them quite a bit in different ways. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Would love for you to find just a comfortable standing position with your hands turned away from your body. So we talk about this a lot in the yoga world, that when we turn our palms outward, there's a lot of energy that happens. And this is something that we can dive in a little bit deeper on another video, another time. But basically what happens is this is an opening. So when we turn our palms onto our body, that's very grounding, and there's a time and a place for sure, but it actually brings the heart in a very subtle way. When we turn the palms away from us, we have a slight opening through the heart. And when we have a slight opening through our heart, we have a propensity to have a little bit more hope. Okay. So there's times when we need that, like, settling in, touch your body, be grounded, and a time where offering a little bit of light hearted hope to the world is great. So my feet are going to be parallel, which means my toes and my heels are in the same direction. I'm going to take just a moment here, close my eyes, gather up all of the goodness into my body, which means I am eliminating the outside chatter, the noises in my house, the cats coming in and out, the traffic, all of that, and just taking a step inward into myself, into my being, into my heart. And take a long breath in and a super long breath out. You can open up your eyes or keep them cast down at the floor, which is nice. I'm going to circle my right arm up to the sky, and then I'm going to reach up and over. And as I do that, my left arm is going to sweep to the right. So I have this big side body stretch through the right side. Feels nice. And then I'm going to switch. So just like a sundial, I'm going to bring the right hand down. Left arm goes up and over. Here's where I feel beautiful stretch through that little cranky left hip. One more time each side. Circle the left down, reach the right arm up and over. Feel that. And then switch. Okay, so you can have some soft music playing. You could just have the sound of my voice. Either way is good. And then lower the palms away from the body. Circle the arms up to the sky, big breath in. And then cross at the wrist, capture the elbows, and then side bend. So just a little different version. Inhale back to center and side bend. Back to center, lower the hands, circle those palms around. Beautiful. Another variation. Here we go. Circle up we go. This time, grab your left wrist, pull it up and over. Come back to center, grab your right wrist, pull up and over. Come back to center, and lower your arms. Now I'm going to turn towards that chair and I'm going to come into a little bit of a variation of a sun salutation using my chair, since I still have to have those precautions that you have when you have a hip replacement. So nothing past a 90-degree bend. Sitting, standing, bending, no 90 degrees. You can be 90 degrees, but you can't go forward of that. So I'm going to use my chair to help my body kind of stay in those precautions. I'm actually going to turn the chair so that the back of the chair is closer to me, and that's going to help. I am stepping about 2 to 3 feet away from the chair, maybe 2.5, somewhere in that ballpark. I'm going to circle my arms up to the sky, tip my nose to the sky. And then I'm going to draw a line on the sky, reaching back. Notice the back bend. Take a peek if you need to see. Come back to a straight spine. Circle the arms down, grab the back of the chair. Okay, so here's that 90-degree-ish bend. I can actually step back just a little bit, and then I'm going to bend my elbows and get to that 90 degrees. Now, I'm looking down at the floor. If you do not have hip precautions, you could bring your nose down and bring your chest towards your thighs. Drop your chin to your chest either way. And then press your hands into the back of the chair. Inhale as you come up just a little bit. Draw a line with your nose. Flare out that tailbone. Feel the stretch through the ribs. Oh, through the diaphragm. Feels so good. Take a breath in. Come back to that 90-degree bend, that L shape, number 7. Look at the ground. Maybe fold more if you're able to. And we're going to do that 3 more times. So press into the chair. Flare your tailbone up. Lift your chin. Oh, that's what my body was needing. Exhale to that number 7 or upside down L shape. 2 more. Inhale, flare the tailbone, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale to that neutral number 7. 1 more time. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Oh, that is what the body needed. Now I'm going to take my left leg and bring it forward towards the back of my chair. And this feels nice. I'm going to take my left cheek, the cranky one, and I'm going to pull it back. And then I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to lower my forehead towards the back of the chair. And I'm not passing that 90-degree bend. I'm going to straighten my arms on the inhale. Same motion, lift the chin. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower the forehead. 1 more, straighten the arms, lift the chin, lift the nose. Oh, bend the elbows, lower the forehead. Come back up, and we're going to switch sides. So step the right foot forward, left foot back. This is a variation of pyramid. Now my right cheek is going to pull to the back. Elbows are going to bend. Feel a deep stretch in that right hamstring. Feels delightful. Press into your arms. Take a breath. Lift your chin. Lift your nose. Take your eyes up. Exhale. Bend your elbows. Lower your forehead. Pull the right cheek back. 2 more. Lift your chin. Lift your nose. Lift your eyes. Bend your elbows. Lower your forehead. Pull the right cheek back. 1 more. Lift. Oh, and lower. Come back to straight arms and step your feet together. Now, here's the deal. This practice is good for anybody, but it's especially geared towards somebody who is anywhere from 2 weeks out of hip replacement and beyond. So if you're still dealing with a little bit of, you're outside the precaution windows, but you're still dealing with a little bit of crankiness, this is a great practice for you. You might find that there's some stuff going on in the body just by moving and opening up the front side that maybe you haven't experienced in the time since surgery, because there's so much focus on resting, being still. And so we're starting to open up there. And just for myself speaking, having that expansion through the front of the body is just what I needed. I just feel like I have been clenched down, and just having that opening feels really great. So we're going to try this. We're going to play with this, see how it goes. I haven't done this since January, so we'll see. I'm going to take my right leg and turn my toes out and my left toes are facing forward. My chair is on the right side. I'm going to tee out my arms. Let's just see where we go with this. Reach with your right hand, lower your right hand, maybe to the back of the chair, maybe to the seat of the chair. Oh, and left arm to the sky. Here we are in that beautiful triangle pose. Haven't been here in a long time. Feels so good. Little bit of crankiness on my left hip, but it's doable. Now, inhale to rise and come back. And we're going to do that a couple times. So reach with your right hand, lower your right hand, left arm to the sky. Oh, feel that stretch through the right leg. Feels delightful. Inhale up. Use your abdominal muscles. Beautiful. Reach, lower, lift to the left arm. Now, I know I have a very drapey shirt on, but my ribs are pretty parallel to the floor. And that's when we're in a good alignment of triangle pose. Come on back. Now let's just see how we do on the left side. I'm not sure I'm there. Not sure my body's ready. I'll do what I can. In fact, I know my body's not ready. Left toes are going to turn. Nope, too much on the old butt cheek. So if you're able to, you would do that entire series on the left side. So the left toes would turn that way, right toes to me, tee out the arms, tick-tock over, come back up, tick-tock over. You do that 3 times. So my body's not there. That's okay. That's part of this process that I have learned through this entire experience is there is going to be a day where my body's there and I'll embrace it and I'll be super excited. And then there are days when I'm not there. And that's okay too. Like it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Now, my body's pretty tight through my hips. I'm not able to do much yet with that lower body just because of the precautions for internal external rotation are pretty limited at this point. So while my body would love to be in a wide leg goddess kind of horse stance, it's just not there. So I'm going to grab my chair. Didn't think I'd be sitting for this, but I think we're going to try a little bit of version of that goddess pose. So go ahead and have a seat. That's okay. So I'm going to take my right leg and find that openness. That's what my body wants on this side. We'll get there. We'll get there. So I'm going to drop my right arm, left arm to the sky, and then reach up and over. So even though I'm actively opening my right inner thigh, I've even taken my right arm and kind of given some traction to get into that adductor and groin area. I'm really feeling a nice stretch through the left side. And that's important. Inhale up. And then we're going to do that one more time. So inhale up to the sky. Exhale over. Inhale up. And exhale, let it float. Now, let's take it to the other side. Here's where mindfulness really comes into play. I can externally open about that far. Not much, right? So I'm barely outside of neutral. Left arm's going to come down. Right arm goes up. And then I'm going to straighten my left arm and just invite my left leg to just drape towards the left just a little bit. I'm not pressing. I'm not forcing. I'm just saying to my body, it's okay. It's okay to relax there. Right arm to the sky. Take a big breath. Up and over we go. The body gets so tight without movement. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, anybody can do this. Anybody can. Inhale up. Exhale over. And while this is designed for somebody who is experiencing similar recovery to hip replacement, this could be done if you're not experiencing hip replacement. Maybe you're a beginner to the practice and you need something that's simple and makes sense, or maybe you have a lot of shoulder pain, back pain. Just moving your body in simple ways can get the circulation, get the things going in the body that need to be going. And that's going to help not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. Now let's take a little twist. Left arm's going to go over to the outside of the right leg. My right arm's going to go up and over, and I'm going to capture the back of my chair. Take a big breath and then spin to the right. Let your belly turn to the right. Ooh. Come on back to center. Right arm to the left leg. Capture the back of the chair. Inhale up and exhale over. Come on back. Now, I will tell you in very honest fashion, because I'm all about being honest. This has been so hard. I would love nothing more than to be able to get on the floor and to have the yoga practice that I have had for 17 years. It's very hard to not be able to take both legs and squeeze them in, or be able to take my body into a forward folds. That the forward folds are so good for us. It's been very, very hard. But what I do know is that any form of movement, any simple movement, is better than no movement. So, wherever you're at in your process, whether you're a beginner or you're coming back to the practice after decades of being away from it, or you're struggling with how do I get to feeling better, to feeling like I can do some sort of movement following a major surgery, give this a try. Just find the openness through the body. Turn your palms away from you. Offer up hope. Open up your heart. That's how we move forward through these hard things, is with hope. And every day I wake up and I hope that I have less pain. I hope that I feel better. And there are days when I lay my head on the pillow at night and I didn't have success in that area. I hurt just as much and I didn't move my body. And I just have to trust that there's a process in all of this and there's meaning in all of this, and hope that the next day is better. That's all I can do. So you have a few little movements that you can try. You can have the pyramid. You can have the opening, the variations of those side bends, really taking all of that. And then you have the seated twists and the modified goddess or horse pose. So do what you can. That's the most important thing. Move your body a tiny bit. Do what's within your body's limits. Honor yourself and have tons of hope. That's where we move out of this struggle, is through hope. Have a beautiful day.